the past few weeks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, of course, today's auction will be conducted in accordance with any rules that are made available before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibited the auctioneer from accepting any late bids or offers for the property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. What that means in layman's terms, I'll give everyone ample warning. I'll call the property 3 times. First call, second call, third and final call. But when the gavel falls, all over. Red Rover can't take any late bids or offers past that point. Of course, the vendor, they do have a reserve price. As auctioneer, I will indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids and prohibits bidders attempting to stop other bidders from bidding, and the law doesn't provide fines for this conduct. The rules, they do permit vendor bids. We'll make it really, really, really simple and really, really, really obvious. If I'm going to make a bid on behalf of the vendor, in fact, I will make it so simple and so obvious. I will even use those words, vendor bid by law. Only I, as the auctioneer, may make a vendor bid. A couple of housekeeping rules, ladies and gentlemen, before we get underway. There are 2 ways that you can bid here this evening. Option number 1 is you can be on the phone. I know some of you guys are on the phone to some of the agents out the back there. You can have the agent on the phone. You can tell the agent the bid through the phone, and they will bid on your behalf. Olivia, if I could just ask you, I might get you to pop in your mobile number into the chat function for me, please. So that's the first way. You're on the phone to one of the agents, and they'll bid on your behalf. I'll type it in for you. The second way, which is really, really easy, it's actually the way I'd probably suggest. We've been doing these online auctions for over 3 years now. One of the few good things to come out of COVID is down the bottom right of your screen. You'll see the little people with the number 9 icon above it. That's how many people are on tonight's meeting. Well, next to that is what looks like a page or a speech bubble. That is what we call the in-call messages or the chat function. So what you're able to do is you can just type your bid into the chat. It'll pop up on the screen or pop up on my screen. Just bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, my job here this evening is to help guide you where you need to be with the bidding in order to buy the property. So just because you do bid an amount doesn't mean the bid is accepted. So keep an ear out. I'll help guide you where you need to be. We do sell here, ladies and gentlemen, via public auction. We do call for a 10% deposit to be paid upon signing of the contract, the commencement of the night's auction, with settlement to be paid in 30 to 60 days' time. I am aware that some parties have sought variations on that settlement. Those variations have been approved, so bid with confidence, knowing the vendors have done everything that they can to make it simple for you to bid and buy and enjoy what is a wonderful, wonderful offering that we have for you this evening. That deposit can be paid electronically. The signing of the contracts can be done electronically through our system. So all very, very simple process. And what an opportunity that we have for you today. 870 square metres of the finest soil that Ringwood North has on offer. And as they say, buy land, because they're not making any more of it. Blocks like this, they're flat like this, in the location like this, they just don't exist, let alone come up for sale. 870 square metres, as I said there, literally a hop, skip and a jump to the Ringwood North shops. You've got the shopping centre there, you've got a supermarket, you've got schools, both public and private, you've got both secondary and primary, right at your doorstep. And what about the actual parcel of land itself, ladies and gentlemen? Beautiful views through to the CBD. Quite a sight to be sitting back, I could imagine, in your brand new home, having a glass of wine or a beer or a kombucha or whatever it is that tickles your fancy, and looking at the skyline, the lights lit up. Imagine what it'd be like on New Year's with the fireworks. As we've said in the marketing, ladies and gentlemen, there is also the option of a house and land package if you would like, through GJ Gardner Homes. You don't need to do that if you don't want to. You can pick your own builder, you can pick your own plans, but there is an option there if you would like. The wonderful property, wonderful location, probably why there's a fair bit of interest in this one. I guess that's probably enough out of me. I'll throw it over to you. Opening bidder offer to get me underway for Leslie Grove in Ringwood North. Where do we start? We can start anywhere you like. It's not the first number that matters, it's the last number. Where do we go? Everyone's a bit timid, I understand. No one wants to be the first. History says 680. Thank you very much there from Kevin. At 680. I'm going to come straight back there, a bit low where we wanted to start. We started off at 750 with me, the vendor. I did ask for an opening bid, so thank you, Kevin. We're going to get back on track. Vendor bid now, 750 with me, the vendor. Let's go up in tens from there. That's 750 to the bid now. Clearly bid it off at 750, 60 to come in. That's 750 now. Kevin, come in for 760. That's 750 now. Clearly bid it off at here with me, the vendor. 750,000. 750, 60, can I say? Going to call it 3 times. That's 750,000, 60 to come back in. First call, 750.
755.
Taking 10s at the moment. Appreciate that, David. 10 where you need to be. 760 I'll take. Appreciate the offer for 5. Don't need them at the moment. Hang on to them. You'll need them later. 760, can I say?
Yep, 760.
Thought about it, mate. That's 760,000. We're off and running. That's 760, 70 seems logical. I would have thought. That's 760 with you, David. That's 760 the bid. Now come back in, Kevin. At 760 we have. That's 760. Going to call it 3 times. That's 760 first call. 760,000. Less than $1,000 per square meter. Second call. That's 760,000. Third, final time. That's 760,000. Can I tempt you back in, Kevin? 770 we like, 60 we have. Well, in the spirit of moving it along, let's move it along with me, the vendor. I'm going to put a vendor bid at 780. Let's go up at 20s, David. That's 780 with me, the vendor. Round me off at 800. That's 780. Clearly bidding off at now. 800 we search. 780 I have. Can I say 800, David?
No.
Very short and sharp. I like it. Just want to remind everyone, if we pass the property in on a vendor bid, what that means is that no one gets an advantage. Because if we do the opposite, if we pass the property into a genuine bid, if we pass the property into you, David, what that means is that you close the door on the competition. Plenty of conditional interest in the property. Plenty of people hoping that this does not sell tonight so they can put in their offer after the auction. But what happens if we pass it into you? We deal exclusively with you. They don't get a look in. You get first rights to the property. Same logic for you, Kevin, as well. If we can tempt you back in, if we pass it in on a vendor bid, it's open slather. We'll take your offer. We'll take Kevin's offer. We'll take everyone else's offer. We'll put it, you can throw it in the hat. The vendor will pick the best one. Not a very good strategy if you want to be the buyer. I know I'd rather compete with less buyers than more buyers. And I can tell you, statistically speaking, if you are the highest bidder, you are probably buying the property. So 780, I have it. You're going to call us 3 times with me, the vendor. David, jump on in at 800. Give yourself the chance. That's 780,000. First call. Have I done enough to tempt you in, David?
No.
No. Second call. 800, can I say? Third, final time. That's 780,000. Can I tempt you in, David, for 800?
No.
No. Nice and short and sharp. Many words. 780. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do there, we're just going to press pause on the auction. We're going to go speak to the owners. We'll be back before you can say cat in a hat. Thanks for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. Sure you appreciate buying and selling real estate. Big decision. Just want to confirm, I had a good chat to the owners. I've got clear instructions. I'm going to put a vendor bid in now at $840,000. $840 with me. The vendor, I'm going to call it 3 times. Otherwise, we are going to move on to the next part of our negotiation. But as I said, it's not a bluff. There is plenty of people interested in the property. So we're going to sell it after auction at $840,000. First call. $840,000. Second call. Third, final time, $840,000 with me, the vendor. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, plenty of interest in the property. I'm sure that if next time you drive down Leslie Grove, you're going to see a sold sticker up on the board at number 4. If you have interest in the property, please reach out. As I said, love to take your offer as with the other offers. Thanks very much for coming out. We'll see you at the next Ray White Ringwood online auction.